Welcome back to Trim the Fat, a podcast designed to help us on our physical, our emotional, and our spiritual journey. The fat, the fears, the anxieties, and traumas that somehow keep us stuck. And today I'm back with my co-host, Tina B, Shatina Brooks, and we're going to talk about all those things that like perfectionism, the triggers and things that kind of delve into those fears and those anxieties and past traumas that we probably have. Tina?
And I'm glad you're here.
For those that don't know you, just a little bit about how you got here with me and what you've been doing.
So I got here with Rhonda because I became a certified personal trainer, and you did a podcast on. Actually, it was your first.
You were my first guest,
yes. And we talked about how eating is an indirect correlation with your anxiety and the working out, and then I started the digital moves today.
Yes, and that's still going on, right?
It's still going on. I'm actually training at Ambition Fitness now.
Oh, that's so good. I know because our friends coming.
Yes.
Some other people have been talking about getting on your books. And
yes.
I probably need to do that and split my money up from Orange Theory and put it some with you. And come here, and it'll be fun.
We ain't gonna be friends at the gym. That's for real.
I know that's stuff right. You just gonna be mad at me because I'm gonna be like, I can't do it.
You mean like Rhonda?
What else?
Did you move today?
Yes, did you though?
I'm moving. No, actually, I'm going tomorrow.
Okay, I didn't do anything. Last time you were here, it's been rough. So I've been doing stuff. The time management portion has been rough for me. So Nadia has all the things. I would charge up a lot of things. Then I'm running around with helping family members and being a caregiver and all that kind of stuff. But we talked about it and gotta,
yeah, it's time to make time for you.
So I'm going tomorrow.
Okay, we both will be there tomorrow.
I'm going tomorrow. So what else been going on? What'd you do for the weekend?
Nothing much. What did I do this weekend? I enjoyed a peaceful day without kids.
Oh, that's
just at home. Oh, I went to movies. I went and saw Sights and Sinners. I went by myself.
What is that?
Was Liam Nelson in it?
I thought Liam Neeson?
Neeson, yeah.
The guy from Taken? Okay.
It was the true form of his movie.
Okay.
No, but it was good. It was kind of slow, but it was good.
Okay, I want to see. I love the movies. I used to go all the time, like maybe once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw go see Color Park. We never did.
Yeah, I gotta get in the mood for that.
I know. Absolutely.
Yeah, so maybe another movie. I wasn't in the mood. You gotta have a mental space for
some have to put it on the couch. It's gonna be good though what I do watch.
I know. And then right before we started, I know we was talking about was listening to Beyonce.
Yeah.
Because you're not a Beyonce fan.
Nah, I'm not.
I am.
I know y'all.
But now I know what some stuff like people talk about a little trickery and things that be in the music. I'm aware. And
you just brought up a song and I heard a lyric or I heard some stuff and I was like, man, why she gotta do that? Why you gotta say that?
Okay, we won't.
I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
But I do like Tyree. Yeah,
Are we tired?
No. Okay. Not on this show. Okay. We got to listen to it. No, if y'all listen to Tyrant, we are not tyrants. We just like the music and the film. Especially for supposedly country album.
Yeah.
It doesn't really. I think the banjos and stuff in the back with her.
Yeah, I think she got a good mix. Of course, she pulls from our culture into it or whatever, but I think she got a good mix of it.
Okay, well, how was your weekend? Busy as usual.
That's
trying to pay. I mean, super busy. Super busy. We went to see Weekend on Sunday. Okay. Saturday I had alumni weekend. Where me and a couple of my old classmates, we organized us getting the group together. It's not like a monumental date. It was like our 17th anniversary. But we're gonna get together for our 20th year from pharmacy school in 3 years. So this is like a base for us so people can get excited because we got families and things and all those things, those priorities that probably say, okay, I can't go. So now you got 3 years to get ready.
Yeah.
But okay, we'll get into what we want to talk about because
y'all. I am my friend's doctor.
Girls, stop. I need some more doctor and some income to show for it. But anyway, okay, we're not getting into it because of course time flies when we having fun and joking around. So I know we wanted to talk about today. One of the things that we talked about on the last time you were here and we didn't get into it was perfectionism, and some talk about some of our triggers. But for people that don't know what perfectionism is and how it can be have negative impact. Mm-hmm. You know more about it. You were reading more about it.
I have been. And I was a victim. Am I a victim? I don't know what I was. I suffered from perfectionism. Still do kind of sort of to this day, but I saw it and I never knew what it was. So perfectionism, common traits of it, rather, are fear of failure, self-criticism, obsessive thinking, reassurance, which is, validation, pretty much, and unattainable goal setting.
Ooh. Okay,
that's not a good one.
Wait a minute. So unattainable goal setting, meaning that we just be setting ourselves up for failure?
Yes.
Okay, what was the first one that I heard?
Fear of failure.
That's all it's in.
Oh,
but why? See, some people say, I learned from my failure, but I know that if I do fail, it's going to take a whole toll on me. Mm-hmm. I remember that from school. It ain't just school, but school, if I didn't prepare well for the test or whatever, or if I did prepare well, I still was scared, like, oh, I'm going to fail. And I was speaking into existence. And that would I didn't have test anxiety. I didn't have that. I know people that have that. Mm-hmm. But it was just that thought of, oh, what if I fail? I did all this now. All of what I've done is going to go down the hole.
So what do you think that's stemming from?
Failure before?
Mm-mm. What is it? It's fear. I don't think it's everything. All of it is fear-based. So, well, what if I do this? And for me, let me give an example. When I started my soap business, like it did really well. We're kind of talk today. It did really well. And towards the end, right before my father died, I had great income online only. That wasn't even including the income that I made from the pop-up shops or the sales that I had at the shop or anything like that. So, of course, when my father died, separated, divorced, and then I had to go through my healing process. So at this point, it's like, do I get back into soap or do I not? What I do with soap? Girl, you did it. You did it. Go find something else to do. No. Mm-hmm. Let's dive back into it. But what if they don't want to buy it no more? Mm-hmm. What if this and what if that? Girl, you got people on your phone all the time. I went live. You better make a body butter. You better make this. I can't find nothing else like yours. I can't. But in my head, I was holding myself back in fear, thinking, I can't do this again. It's not going to be successful again. Fear of failure. Why can't you? If it was a hit the first time, you go do the same things that you did the first time to get it back off the ground. Like, I've literally been out the game almost 2 years, and people have been waiting on my products.
I get it. So I used to have, me and Nadia had a little makeup line. I had my own makeup line when I got married. Then I tried to, do it again later. And it was good. But then I fell off because of all the other things I had that took priority over it.
Distractions.
Yeah. And so now still people ask, like, are you doing something? So I say, I'll probably do something this summer, and have at least a summer series or something. But I also had a mommy and me breakfast brunch. And it was so good. The first year started off, it was small, it was just something I thought of. And it was here local. But some people from Arkansas and Mississippi came, right? So then the next year, it was bigger. It was like 2 to 3 times bigger than it was the year before. Then I did it again. Phenomenal. I actually saw profit, right? Then when I'm so hyped about it, COVID came. So that was 2020. So I had some success. And it wasn't just about the profit. It was because I had the person that came from Arkansas. She came both back all 3 times. And so I was like, I'm going to do it again. She invited some other people. And I remember every face that was there. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it again. COVID came. And now I want to do it again. But I'm saying, what if, like you said, what if nobody really come or they don't remember? The kids are grown now. I mean, like growing up, they're like 3-4 years older than they were before. But other people could hear about it.
Yes, we're doing it. When is it?
No, we're doing it in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
And it's going to be your accountability from the push you right over.
Yeah, but it is like, but here's the thing. Even if and in my mentality, I feel this way. Even if it doesn't turn out where it's like I see in my head, it's not a failure.
There's doubt already, though. You're going into it not being optimistic. Even if it's not, that's negative. Negative self-talk.
Yeah, we're in the beginning.
Self-criticism. That's not.
I'm big on that. I criticize myself a lot.
It's perfectionism. Like, what if it doesn't meet your expectations? But what if it exceeds your expectations? Yeah, it's a fork in the road. It can go right or it can go left. 9 times out of 10, we're going to go right with the optimism.
Yeah.
We're going to speak it. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing. And people that know me, that's watching, they know I'm going to speak that good stuff to you over and over. And when you let's talk about it. And I'm doing better, though. We keep saying we're going to do better. But I've been turning you just got to turn it off.
Yes.
So even my mom she was like, tell that little girl in there, tell her to sit down somewhere. And Rhonda stand up, tell her to sit down somewhere. And so I was like, okay, I remember that now. So tell that little girl to sit down somewhere.
Because, the little girl will run the show.
Mm.
She will, I had a dream, bear with me. I had a dream about it. I was in a school. It was a really big school, looked really prestigious, like a boarding school.
Okay.
I go in, meet the principal. I'm thinking I'm going in there maybe to see the school for my children. There was a little girl in the room, and I'm thinking she in trouble. She got to walk with the principal. Principal started showing me around the school. The little girl started acting up, like just, doing the weird stuff. And I'm like, okay, maybe she had a little, disorder or something, Next thing I know, the little girl chasing me and the principal through the school. Principal takes out her keys. We run down this nice hall, stairwell, get to the door. Principal fumbling with the keys. The little girl comes behind us. We hear her. She dropped the keys. We both take off running in 2 different directions. So this is what the dream meant. God was showing me that the principal was the future me. I was the present me. Okay, the little girl was the little me. If you do not get that little girl in check, she will run the show. Why we didn't check the door to see if the door was unlocked? Oh, why do we sit there? Why do we hold those keys?
Oh,
why are we so scared of this little girl? Right, but when we think about self-perfectionism, it's fear-based. We gotta check the little girl. Your mama was right.
I'm so glad that my mama was right. She said, listen to me. You tell that little girl, get somewhere to sit down. Yeah. So now, when I see my temper tantrums, if I have a temper tantrum, and you know who else be checking me? Nadia.
Oh, yes, come on, Nadia. I love Nadia.
She's like, you're doing it again. I said, what? She said, you assumed something that I did, and now you're mad, and it's not even true. I said, come on now. I said, you're right. Let me quit with that. Let me turn it off. But yeah.
So let me ask you this. What triggers your perfectionism, or what triggers your self-doubt? I'm gonna wait.
No. It's like waiting, being impatient.
This pause. You know what that is?
What?
It's self-control.
He wants to run. The little girl wants to run the show. It's control. Listen, this ain't true. What are we gonna do? I've been going to therapy. I've been doing, but it's true. So look, impatient. If it's not going say if it's today, I had something come up, and I was like, okay, this person can't. Now what am I gonna do? So I'm thinking, now I'm forgetting that I got other things already in place. So now that one thing happening, I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Let me do this, and then I'm like, okay, so it put a damper just for a few moments on all the other good stuff. So that is,
yeah, and we gotta let it flow.
I met this lady Friday, and I'm hoping that she'll be a guest to come on. She's actually a psychologist. And she talked
to sit in the corner.
No, listen, I cannot wait. I sent an invite to her, and I'm hoping that she'll come. And when she does, we hyping it up, because she talked about 5 million things in 1 hour, but all of them were relatable. She talked about doing things because you feel obligated. She talked about burnout and just keep doing things even when it's not beneficial to you. Because it doesn't have to be beneficial to you just monetary-wise.
Right.
But if it's not beneficial to your soul or your anything or future, sometimes you got to back off and say no. She talked about, in a way, the perfectionism thing of not putting too much, not expecting too much from yourself, knowing what you can and cannot do. Right. Your boundaries, which is other people.
Yes.
Triggers, which we're going to talk about.
Being overwhelmed.
She talked about that. The feeling of knowing, identify when you're overwhelmed. Because sometimes we put ourselves on the back burner. She talked about perfectionism.
That is. It is. So you got this list of things that need to be done, should be done. And if you can't do them all, and you can't do them all in the way that you want them to be, or if you got this perfect plot of a day that you feel like it should go, one tiny itty bitty thing gets thrown off, that throws your whole day.
That's a trigger.
But since your day didn't go perfect in your eyes,
The whole days. This is the worst day ever. Temper tantrum.
yeah.
So what about, okay, we talked about the triggers that do it. So for you, you asked me what were mine. Some of your triggers that start getting you into the self-doubt, into the fear factor and all those type of things. No, just exclude.
Nah, don't exclude. Okay, yeah, I will. Anxiety triggers are stressful or unfamiliar situations and events that cause anxious feelings. Since I'm coming off of the perfectionism high and letting things flow, oh, that's a good question.
Let me say something right there when you said that. It's so crazy because we're witness to when you let stuff flow, how it works out, and it works out the way it's supposed to work out.
Yeah,
And I'm real big on that. I've been just sitting back instead of trying to just run and do everything and not embrace or even be witness to the goodness of what's happening. I've been starting to see like, okay, let me let go of everything that I can't control. Because like you said, you got to, and then you see how it turns out. That's the way it was supposed to.
exactly.
Even if it is not the way I thought it was going to be, I'm proud of how it turned out.
Exactly. And so when you just were talking, what triggers me is things that are out of my control.
Yeah. So
We're the same. That's why God put us together.
we're the same.
When I can't control the situation, we're not supposed to be in control of everything. If you're literally in control of everything, you're overwhelmed, you're burnt out. Everything you just said to psychologists is going to say, can I be a co-host today?
I know I want another. Yeah, I'm hoping that I'm going to send another request a different way because when I went on the portal, it said error, so I reached out to her via social media. So today I'm going to try again to see because I was so intrigued by everything she said. For me, it was the obligation type of thing.
Yeah.
Obligation is different from commitment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I make a commitment to something, I really want to do it. That's why I feel like when people make a commitment, and they say, yes, I'm going to do it, and they say, it's defined, and it's like, that they shouldn't do it because they feel obligated. It's because they want to. And when I commit, it's because I want to, most of the time. And sometimes I have felt like, hey, they really need me. I'm going to go ahead and do it. That's my obligation, and that's when I dread it.
True.
And I was not aware of how much, and not anxiety, stress that put on me.
I was just going to say, what are you feeling? Like, why is it so,
Not letting nobody down.
Okay.
I hate that's professional, so I don't like letting people down.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the same as people pleasers. Not, because people pleaser, we're going to have to talk about that later. People pleaser could be completely different, but in a sense, when you think about like, okay, I don't want to let anybody down. It could be family, friends, work, church, whatever. Because I feel in my mind they were relying on me, and if I don't get there, it's not. I'm gonna be a missing piece.
True. Why is it that we don't want to let other people down, but so often we let us down?
Okay, wait a second. I don't know why.
You just say I don't want to let anybody.
Yeah, no, I understand.
It's black and white when it's for somebody else, but when we're handling us, it's gray area. We don't hold ourselves to our words. We don't do enough self-care. We don't do the things that we need for ourselves. Like this, what I made a post today about happiness. Happiness comes from within. How selfish is it for us to go into something, friendship, relationship, whatever ship, and expect for someone else to make us happy, and we can't even make ourselves happy?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the relationships, the partnerships, that's why they're so triggering to us, because we have yet to find the peace and the happiness within ourselves. Mm-hmm. So when something comes along and we're triggered and they touch that sore spot, it's like, that little girl come out.
Mm-hmm. That's why they say shoot put band-aids on stuff. You got to resolve certain things.
Oh, people don't know how. They literally don't know how. Some people don't even know that you're dealing with childhood trauma. Some people don't know that you're broken. Like, for instance, I ran into a trigger the other day. Somebody didn't answer their phone, and I was wondering why I get so antsy when people don't answer the phone for me. It drives me.
Oh, please help. Yes, especially somebody you're close to. Okay, I get it.
So,
But here's the thing: we gotta see. If you asked me, then I would say, "Girl, you don't know what they're doing. They're not ignoring you.
they're not.
But it feels like they
But
are."
what's deeper than that, though? Why are you so upset that they didn't answer the phone? Why have you went to the worst case scenario?
Yes.
They must be mad at me. What did I do? Did I not do something?
Stop. We the same, but it's only with people that we care about.
Right.
So if I don't have a relationship, it's like, okay, I understand. They're busy.
Oh, no, I wouldn't be like that.
See, I'm not like that with everybody. I'm only like that with relationship, or if somebody that has a commitment at that time for me, and it feels like you're ignoring me.
And you feel like because they not sitting by wait the fuck up.
Something's wrong and they hate me, or something's happened.
So the trigger for me was when I was a little girl, I used to call my mom to come pick me up from over my grandmother's house. And she wouldn't answer. My mom worked 2 jobs, whatever the case. I'm not trying to throw nobody. I'm just dealing with what my emotions were. Somebody said, what did that make you feel like when your mama didn't answer the phone for you? Because I want her to come pick me up. It made me feel unwanted. It made me feel abandoned. It made me feel like she don't love me. I just want to go home and I just want to leave her. So when somebody doesn't answer the phone for me, especially someone you care about, that triggered emotion from when the little girl, she's there.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So for me, similar. My mom used to work a couple jobs too, and my granddad would take care of us, and then I'd be looking for my mom because she's supposed to be home at a certain time.
Right.
And then also, my dad wasn't there that much, but when he said he was coming, I would think he's coming, so I'm looking out. He's never coming, right? So it wasn't that you didn't want me. That wasn't the initial thought. What happened? Did they get killed? Did they get in a car accident?
Worst case scenario.
That's what I was thinking at a little girl, and still to now. If my guy don't answer the phone, after a certain while, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what happened?
You seeing it this
something like that. Or then the levels start like, okay, what you doing? Who you with?
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah,
and then with my mom, if she doesn't answer, and I know we were supposed to talk at 5:00. See, I'm real literal too. At 5:00, at 5:07. Oh my God, what's wrong?
Yeah,
but that's harsh. That's a harsh way to be to ourselves.
And that's putting too much pressure on someone else. But see, now that I know that that's a trigger for me, I see what the root of the problem is. I'm going to go deal with the root. Some people don't know what the root of their trigger or their perfectionism is. That's why you can't get any alleviation from it. Because you don't know what the root is.
Yeah, see, I know that's good. That's good. Stay right there, because we do need to know what the root is. And when the root, I like that, because a lot of times, like you said, that's why we're here too. And that's why I started one of the podcasts, basically, is because we're just regular human beings with different type of struggles, similar struggles with different type of scenarios that are the root.
Right.
And some people, and then just thinking it through and talking about certain things, perseverance and perfectionism and ambitions and being humble and, overcoming all the stuff that has nothing to do with you, even though it's in your bloodline. It has nothing to do with you
at all.
You don't have to take that on. That's why you're here to do new things. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then we take on what we've heard and what we heard our people had to go through, or where we grew up, and all those things. And so now then we place that like, if I don't do this, I'm never gonna be this way. And that's why I love having the guests on. I love that you are devoted to coming, and we talk about, and everybody that comes on, God put on my heart to invite, or they met up when he said, okay, I'd be like, okay, let's come. That's about it. So that's everybody. No matter if it's perfect or great right now, has something that's gotten to the place that they are.
You have to start somewhere, You have to.
So we talked about, what did the thing say about,
triggers. Okay.
So here's the thing. We talked about negative triggers, but there's positive triggers that I wanted to talk about to end our conversation, and we'll come back to this later. But there's positive triggers that give you positive emotional responses and happiness or whatever, and excitement and the good feels to make you want to do better. Do you have any things that's like positive trigger? Okay, like what?
So me and the girls went to Jamaica maybe a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And any time I want, because if you think yourself sad, you can think yourself happy. Okay. I go to my Jamaica picture series, like an overwhelming joy that comes from those photos, or family vacation, or pictures of my children when they were little.
Yeah.
it's like you have to take yourself to that place. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, I get this, or a good book. Yes. That I read, and it gives me a revelation of something that I'm going through or that I'm feeling. But I know what I'm going through and what I'm feeling is not proper or correct. And the book sheds light on something that gives me joy in my heart. That's a positive trigger for me. And then you have to expand off of that. Like, okay, this feels good. And this is a great place to be, you know?
Yeah, like you said, books, I mean, and pictures. And of course, pictures of Nadia and seeing videos and then things like that. And then music for me. Okay, it's different genres of music depending on the mood. Right. Because it can be gospel worship and praise, but it also could be some old school. Yeah. You know, it's the old school that's, I'm like, okay, it's going to get me out of my head. Because music is a therapy for me. I love music. Me too. Another positive thing, real quick, positive trigger for me is, one, I love languages. It's words of affirmation, because words matter. Okay. So I like cards. I love letters from friends or from relationships. So if I have a card or something, I try to keep them. I have cards and letters from years and years from close friends, and I go back and I look, and it could be a picture inside of it. Yeah. So those type of things just remind me of the goodness and the, you know what I mean? That's or seeing where I've come from. And
yes, and seeing your growth.
Yeah,
that's big. Yeah, like that's really big. I got a question to ask. So with the music, because I love music, I've always loved music as a kid. Music takes me to a different place, but now that I am on my healing journey and I've overcame and grew to this place that I'm in now, I can't listen to their music no more. Okay. It triggers the feelings that it used to soothe back then.
Oh, yeah, because music, so it changes. Yes. Based on where you are, music can change. Because it could be a song that I didn't even have any feelings about before, and it was so good. Mm-hmm. But now, based on what I've been through, it hits different in a good or a bad way. Right. And it could be a song that is like, okay, like you said, I can't listen to that because now it's either breaking my heart or
it takes you back to a place.
Mm-hmm. So you have to say, turn it on.
I bet you was your favorite thing.
Turn it off. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. But it's good. Just have that good. Maybe one day that song will be back.
No, I was just going to say that will we ever be able to get to a point where we can listen to that song?
But because we're not going to be fragile. So if you're fragile, then those things can easily make you shaken up. So we're not going to be fragile. That's what it makes sense. Tell ourselves we're not fragile. Right. And then eventually, you'll be able to be like, okay, here's the feel good. Yeah. Again. But it'll mean something different to you. Like,
True.
You know what I mean?
Or you could create a new memory wrapped around that particular song. But it's just sad and just another sad little song.
Here's a song that I don't know if you listen to it. I put it on a couple of my reels, but it's called Free by Perry Jones.
Okay, how's it go?
Please listen to it. And it's about not needing validation from anybody. I'm in my own skin. I'm doing my own thing. Yeah. And I've grown to be this way. Yeah. But I use it so much. And she shared it one time. Like one of my reels, she shared the artist. But she's a newer artist. So, all right. Well, of course, next time we got to talk about validation. We got to talk about probably some more triggers. Yeah. But go ahead, because I want people to still, every time you go talk about your training, personal training.
What's the name? I want to talk about. So,
okay, talk about
So, I would love for you all to follow me at TinaV_Skincare Co. on Instagram. My website is www.tvskincareco.com. I have amazing handmade soaps, handmade body butters. What else? Our body oils. Everything is vegan. I want to say, I use no animal products. I use raw, organic, authentic shea butter, mango butter. The products are great. Yeah. Go check out the website. Again, it's www.tvskincareco.com.
Great. Thank you.
No, thanks.
See you next time. Yes. She'll be here every month. So at least one episode a month. If we can get 2, that'll be great if we get some more sponsors and stuff.
Yes, come on, sponsors.
All right, thanks for listening to Trim the Fat podcast. We want you to like, share, subscribe. If you have somebody that you think will benefit from this, and comment. Thanks. ShotRx is a full-service family clinic right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Get your well child visits, physicals, vaccinations, B12 shots, and more. Visit shotrx901.com or call 901-779-6500. Welcome to Care and Compassion. Welcome to ShotRx.